Let's talk about linear functions and the parent function y equals x. So the parent function y equals x is just a very simple equation that looks like this on a graph. It goes straight through diagonally like this. Crosses at the origin right here in the middle. If you think about y equals mx plus b, in this case, y equals 1x plus 0 is really what y equals x is. The slope is 1 and the y-intercept is 0. So keep in mind that we're always looking at, this is the slope. It tells us how steep the line is. And this is the y-intercept. It tells us where does our line cross the y-axis. So the y-intercept shows us where we cross that. So if we have a graph that says y equals x minus 2, notice that it's 1x. So actually the slope is exactly the same as y equals x. So our slope is going to be the same. And then this is the y-intercept, -2. So it's like right there. So if this is y equals x, then this is what y equals x minus 2 looks like. It just has a different y-intercept. It is exactly the same slope. So compared to the graph of y equals x, the graph of y equals x minus 2 is, let's just go back there for a second. It won't let me choose it. I think it will say the same, exactly the same steepness. I think your options are something like more steep or less steep. You're going to say it's the same because the slope is the same. And then it says, compared to the graph of y equals x, the graph of y equals x minus 2 intersects the y-axis at -2. All right, complete the statements below about the graphs of y equals 3/2 x and y equals x. So we don't have, here, y equals 3/2 x. Notice that there's not a b number. That means that this equation also goes through the origin right there. And it has a slope of 3/2, which is the same as 1.5. So it's a little bit steeper than the graph of this guy that has a slope of 1. This one has a slope of 3/2. So these guys are going to be exactly the same, except this one is steeper. So I believe we're going to say more steep or whatever the choice is there. And then in the second thing, it's going to say intersects the y-axis at the same place, at the origin at 0. So maybe this one looks something like this, since it's a little steeper than y equals x, which would look like that. So that's what you're looking at. You're looking at, does it have a different slope? Is it steeper? Does it have a bigger number? It'll be steeper. Does it have, if it actually had a decimal or a fraction like 1/3, it would be less steep. And then we're looking at where does it cross the y-axis. So if it crosses at 0, then it's the same. If it crosses at a negative number, then it's lower. If it crosses at a positive number, then it's higher. So hope that helps.